You probably know this physique. With a t-shirt on, everything looks perfectly normal, but underneath there is zero muscle definition, flat shoulders, and a stubborn layer of softness around the midsection. You aren't technically overweight, but you aren't lean either. It's known as being skinny fat. To be clear, we are discussing fitness frameworks here, not making clinical diagnoses or giving medical prescriptions. Always consult a professional for your specific health needs. If you carry this specific body type, traditional fitness advice will keep you trapped. For decades, the industry has treated the human body like a binary switch. To build muscle, you have to eat a massive surplus of food, bulking. To lose fat, you have to aggressively restrict your calories, cutting. For the skinny fat physique, following this binary advice often leads to a metabolic dead end. Shifting your strategy starts with recognizing these standard tools aren't a biological fit for your frame. This diagram shows why a traditional cut fails. When you drop calories, you lose weight, but without an underlying base of muscle, your proportions remain exactly the same. You shrink into a smaller, equally soft version of yourself. The bulk is equally disastrous. If you force hundreds of extra calories into a body that lacks serious weight training experience, that new energy has nowhere productive to go. Your body simply takes the surplus and stores it as stubborn belly fat. This creates a brutal psychological loop. You run miles on the treadmill to burn off the belly, then feel tiny and start overeating to build muscle, which just brings the belly back. You exert massive amounts of effort for zero aesthetic return. The skinny fat physique represents a very specific metabolic state. You cannot solve it with extreme starvation or extreme indulgence. It requires a targeted approach that throws out the traditional rules entirely. Instead of a switch, think of your metabolism as a dimmer. There is an overlapping sweet spot right in the middle where you can simultaneously build muscle tissue and burn stored body fat. This process is called body recomposition. Highly advanced lifters struggle with this because their bodies are already adapted. But if you are skinny fat and new to proper resistance training, your body is hyper-responsive. You are perfectly primed to trigger both adaptations at once. Look at the balanced, lean musculature of this historical statue. This is the goal. We aren't trying to build the largest frame possible, and we aren't trying to starve down to nothing. We want clear definition and proportional structure. Your body is an adaptable energy management system. By feeding it the exact right nutrients and applying mechanical stress, you can force it to strip away the softness and build the structure at the exact same time. This chart is your maintenance calories. Start recomposition by dropping at 15% maximum. Lower than that, muscle growth stops. Within those calories, increase protein to 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram. This creates a biological shield around your muscle and builds more. By combining a slight energy deficit with high protein, you give your body an ultimatum. It is strictly forced to break down your stubborn body fat to make up for the missing daily energy, while utilizing the heavy protein intake to construct entirely new muscle fibers. But none of that nutritional math matters without a physical trigger. You must lift challenging weights 3 to 4 times weekly. Every session needs to be slightly harder than the last, a process called progressive overload. This is the required signal that forces your body to grow. Keep your cardio simple. High-intensity sprint sessions spike your cortisol, trigger massive hunger cravings, and drain your recovery. Instead, just walk roughly 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. It quietly burns fat without interfering with muscle repair. Notice the undeniable structural density of the Farnese Hercules here. A powerful, defined foundation doesn't come from cardio. Instead, it comes from the chronic application of heavy mechanical tension over time. When you pair a tight caloric limit with consistent, heavy resistance training, your body has no other option. It must burn the fat to survive, and it must build the muscle to handle the weight. Once you start this process, you have to stop trusting the bathroom scale. Muscle is denser than fat. 1 pound of compact muscle takes up much less space than a pound of fluffy fat. Because of this, your waist will tighten and shoulders broaden, yet the number on the scale beneath you might not move a single pound. You need better data. Track your waist circumference with a measuring tape. Watch the amount of weight you can lift in the gym go up. And take photos in the same lighting every single week to see the actual shape of your body changing. The scale is a trap. People lose inches of fat, gain solid muscle, look completely different in the mirror, and then quit the program entirely just because the scale didn't drop. Biological adaptation is incredibly slow. Your nervous system has to adapt, your muscle fibers have to tear and rebuild, and your metabolism has to adjust. You must commit to this process for a minimum of 12 weeks before evaluating the results. Here's the entire protocol. Lift weights 4 times a week. Keep calories at maintenance. Eat high protein. Walk 10,000 steps a day. And ditch the bathroom scale. Escaping the skinny fat physique isn't about enduring miserable cardio sessions or extreme suffering. It requires precision, heavy tension, and the patience to let your biology do exactly what it was designed to do.